One Halloween night, I had an eerie experience that left a lasting impression. A few years ago, my friends and I decided to explore an abandoned house on the outskirts of town. The place had a reputation for being haunted, and local legends told of strange noises and ghostly apparitions spotted inside. We were skeptical, but curious. So we ventured out on a crisp October evening, armed with flashlights and an adventurous spirit. As we approached the house, the wind howled through the trees, adding to the ominous atmosphere. The house itself was a decrepit structure, with broken windows and vines crawling up its crumbling walls. Despite the building's dilapidated state, there was an odd sense of presence, like something or someone was watching us. We cautiously stepped inside, the floorboards creaking under our weight. At first, it was just a standard old abandoned house. Dusty, dark, and cold. But as we made our way deeper into the house, we heard a faint sound, like footsteps behind us. We stopped, but the noise continued for a few seconds before stopping abruptly. Shrugging it off as just old wood settling, we kept exploring. But then things took a stranger turn. In one of the upstairs rooms, we found a child's drawing pinned to the wall, something we hadn't expected to see in such a place. It was of a stick figure family standing in front of the house, but there was a shadowy figure drawn in the background, separate from the family. As we stared at the drawing, we heard the unmistakable sound of a door slamming downstairs. Heart racing, we rushed to check it out, but when we reached the ground floor, every door was open. We decided we'd had enough of the creepy atmosphere and made a beeline for the exit. But as we left, I swear I caught a glimpse of a shadowy figure standing in one of the upstairs windows, watching us leave. To this day, I can't explain what happened, but that experience gave me a chill that I'll never forget. It was a chilly October night. One Halloween, a few friends and I decided to explore an abandoned mansion rumored to be haunted. As we arrived, the place already had an eerie vibe, crumbling walls, broken windows, and ivy creeping up the facade. We entered cautiously, flashlights in hand. The air inside was musty, and our footsteps echoed as we moved through empty rooms, each one more unsettling than the last. At one point, we came across a dusty mirror hanging in a narrow hallway. As I shined my flashlight on it, I thought I saw something move behind me in the reflection. When I turned around, no one was there. I chalked it up to nerves. A little further into the house, we heard footsteps coming from the second floor, even though we knew no one else was inside. We went up to investigate, but every time we thought we were close, the sound seemed to move further away, leading us deeper into the maze of rooms. Finally, we reached a room with old furniture covered in white sheets. Suddenly, one of the sheets seemed to shift. We froze. Slowly, I reached out and lifted it. Nothing underneath, just an empty chair. But as soon as I let go, a gust of cold air hit us, and the door to the room slammed shut. We scrambled to open it, but it was jammed. After a few panicked seconds, it finally gave way, and we bolted out of the house, our hearts racing. To this day, I'm not sure what exactly we experienced in that mansion. Was it just our imaginations, or was there something truly supernatural lingering within those walls? Halloween nights have felt a bit spookier ever since. A few years back, I was invited to a Halloween party hosted by a friend of a friend. It was in a big old Victorian house still occupied by the owner's family. This place was huge, with grand staircases, dusty old portraits, and dimly lit hallways. Perfect Halloween vibe. The host even mentioned that his family had experienced strange occurrences there over the years, which we all took as part of the spooky atmosphere. The party was in full swing when I decided to explore the house a bit. I got up to the third floor and was wandering through one of the long hallways when I saw a little girl standing at the end, facing away from me. Thinking she was a kid in costume, I called out to her, but she didn't turn around. Instead, she walked slowly down the hallway and disappeared around a corner. Curiosity got the best of me, so I followed, only to find an empty hallway. There were no rooms, no closets, nowhere she could have gone. At that point, I figured I just imagined it. But as I turned to head back, I heard soft giggles echoing through the hall, almost playful but somehow unsettling. I made it back downstairs and casually mentioned it to the host, who went pale. He said he'd seen the same girl once before as a kid but hadn't seen her since. No one else at the party seemed to notice her, and we both shrugged it off as Halloween jitters. But to this day, whenever I think of it, I still get chills. I don't know who or what I saw that night, but one thing's for sure, that house had some serious secrets,